course, a player that I've met already. Shelly, I don't really know a lot about him, I have to be honest. But I think he is in the Jeanette clan. Zad is in there as well. So I think I can expect something from here. So a caster is objective. But I think that, I'm rooting for my boy Egér here. And I think for the other, it will be super close though. So you can't really tell. Yeah. So we will actually start already. So we have Crompots, the map we're starting with. So we're starting 3 minutes beforehand. So that's pretty good. We have Crompots. And I've just checked today's times. Or the times that have been set yesterday. And Pack has the fastest time here. But Pack was just a monster on this track. He has set a 1 minute 5.123. So only 0.05 of a second behind WR, but we have seen his run afterwards. That was just mental. So Pack is really good here on actually it's not Cronpots, it's Siphon Blur. So what am I talking about? So Siphon Blur. But nonetheless, on Siphon Blur, it was Novice who was setting the fastest time with a 102.02. So I'm a little bit broke back. I don't know why I've seen Crompots. I think that's why. But all good. So we have all the players warming up here at the moment. It's Shelly, Serbi and Egér playing it out. They, of course, in the loser bracket round 5. So if you are in the 3rd or 4th place here, you are out of this competition. But they have made it already to the top 32. So they can be really, really proud of them. As you can see, Symbiose and Egér have a really good warm-up. Egér with a little bit more speed here in this section. Symbiose with a no slide. And Egér also with a mistake. Players are DNFing. So, yeah, Serbi just wants to get the end in once more, which is really important. We have seen a very, very interesting tie here yesterday. I've posted this one on Twitter as well. But let's go with the first map here. Siphon Blur it will be. It is Serbi, Shelly, Egér and Symbiose who are battling it out in 2 spots in the loser bracket round number 6. A little bit of fun things to take it into perspective what players they will face. So I've checked. The first seeded player will play against Soja and Miquatro, and the second player here, so who gets second, will play against Spam and Mathix, so against 2 Dutch players. Just put this into perspective how stacked this tournament is. But we're in this first round. Egér, the first player who has made a mistake, but just when I spoke about it, it is Serbi who has also made a mistake, and Egér is actually overtaking him. So it's between Shelly and Symbiose here in this second part of the map. Shelly is a little bit further behind, 0.08 of a second, but he comes back strong with a lot of speed here. Goes a little bit too far inside, but still a very good line there from the Jeanette player. So Shelly is showing why he's here in this round 5 of the loser bracket round here. Then we have Symbiose also dropping down. So all players except of Shelly have made a mistake in this round. So Shelly off to a dream start with 10 points. He could clock in, so only the end is remaining. And it's looking good for him. Yup, a 102.62 is serving the purpose. Symbiose behind. Then we have Egér and Shelly in P3 and 4. So great round there from Shelly. Very, very conservative ending, but still a good time. So it's 0.9 of a second behind WR. So, I mean, just put it into perspective. Of course, it is a good time. So, yeah, but he could have saved it in the end when you've seen that Symbiose is not in reach of this or in the CP anymore, or like a little bit further behind, a little bit delayed. But now we have a battle here with Egér, 0.1 of a second behind. Goes a little bit more outside, so he has a little bit more speed, but not too much here. Serbi does not decide to go in between that triangle, so it's Shelly and Symbiose. Oh, Symbiose actually falling a little bit behind in the lead. Egér comes back with a strong line. Serbi in P4 right now. Oh, and Serbi not getting a good line into his game in touch with the triangle. So he's out in this round yet again. So Serbi looking to get another 3-pointer here. Not good start here for the Danish player. Shelly again with a very strong line. So had it Symbiose, but Shelly with a mistake and he's not able to do it. So Shelly is not able to finish. Then we have the battle here between the first place between Symbiose and Egér, but Symbiose has it, even though Egér has more speed. Barely was able to make that jump. So good start here for Symbiose. Of course, played a lot of line events. Serbi able to finish, but then we have Shelly with the mistake here in this part. couldn't clear that one. So he is not able to finish and is now up to 10 points as well as Egér. So unfortunate, this can happen, but you have to bear in mind that respawning is not allowed on those tracks. But yeah, I mean, this is really, really unforgiving. If you make a small mistake, of course, respawning would be cool. But yeah, this is the rules. Those are the rules. And therefore, players have to adapt to them. Shelly again, not with a good... I mean, Shelly again in P4 prior to the last round. So maybe he can make something happen. We have a battle here for that first round between Egér and Symbiose. Also, Serbi is coming a little bit closer. 0.19 of a second between Egér, Symbiose, and Serbi. But what a fight here. Symbiose with a little bit more exit speed. And this is super close to call. Look at this. It's between 0.15 of a second between all of the players. Egér goes super far outside, so he has more speed. Will overtake Symbiose in this corner. So let's follow here. This is a very, very close round. Look at that. All players are in the mix. Where is Shelly? Shelly's a little bit further behind. But who's gonna take it? Egér with more speed. Symbiose and Shelly. What is happening? Oh my god! What is happening? Every player has touched there. Oh my god! And Egér is capitalizing for... Oh my god! I can't believe it! I couldn't comprehend what was happening. But it seems that Serbi and Shelly or Symbiose have touched there. So that was really, really funny, just to say the least. Okay, so we have Symbiose and Egér right now in the top 2, but Egér not with the best line, goes super far outside, so Shelly will overtake him. Then we have Serbi again a little bit further behind, so he's not really feeding this track here at the moment. Only 13 points behind, but nothing has really happened here in those 3 first rounds. Ooh, Egér with a very, very strong line here as well. But Symbiose got it way better, and also Shelly. So what a fight here for that second place. But Symbiose still holding strong that lead. 0.1 of a second between him, Egér, and Shelly. But very good line there from all the players, so they will come back strong. Symbiose and Shelly fighting out for that P1 at the moment, but also Egér comes back strong with a good line. So this could be a deja vu for the next round, for the prior round. But Shelly again with a mistake. Who's gonna take the first place? It will be Egér. It's a tie again. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's a tie. What are those rounds? And again a mistake for Shelly there in the ending. Serbi in P3, but what is happening? A tie, and Egér unfortunately has lost the tie, but it's now Egér at 26 and Symbiose also at 26. So those players are really showing. This is a very, very hectic map 1 here. Shelly right now in P4, and he's just saying it in the chat that he's trolling at the moment. But what a round here, what a match. Serbi again, not with a good speed outcome, touches the triangle and he is dead. So we'll see 3 finishes here. Symbiose, 0.1 of a second behind. 0.2, Egér with a comfortable lead over Shelly here in this section. Also accumulates a lot of speed. Shelly goes super far inside, so Egér has a little bit more speed. Okay, now going to the last 20 seconds of this round here. It is Shelly with a better line compared to what Symbiose, but this is all in the ending again. Shelly with a no slide, and it's between Egér and Symbiose, but Egér has a lead of 0.2 of a second. Shelly was able to clear that jump, as you can see in the CP, so Egér can take it easy. Egér will clear it, almost touching there. He had to release, and Egér with a wonky first place, but a good time of 102.48. Nice one. Shelly again with a mistake, so he is really a little bit cracked maybe, or maybe this cracked his performance a bit, but Shelly and Serbi both with 17 points. Oh no, what is happening? What a hectic map 1. But now we will go to Crompots, the map that I've introduced. As first, we have of course, a player named Pack, who has really shown some risky lines here. The world record is by Psycho, so at least what's the daddy is saying me with a 105.085. And then we had Pack yesterday, who had dropped a 0.12.3. So also a very good time from Pack. And he was on a very, very good time just the round afterwards. So I'm expecting players to perform good here as well. Of course, it's the top 32 of from the 0 to Euro competition. So those players really know what's going on, as you could have seen on the prior map as well. Symbiose with a very good no jump, but so did it Egér. But yeah, let's wait for the live rounds here. I'm gonna speak a little bit less because I will cast till 10:30 today. And yeah, of course I will be dual casting, but still I don't wanna like waste my voice in a warm-up. So a little bit less talking here in the warm-up. I think that's understandable. Symbiose with a good warm-up, so this could be a 105, which is certainly a time that you... Oh my god, a 105.40. And then Egér with a 46. Wow, what a good time here. Times from all the players. So standings right now, Egér in first, then we have Symbiose in second. Egér was really, really unlucky that he has lost that tie. But very, very hectic rounds here. So going into round number 1 on Crompots, mapped by Omnipots and Kronos. So Omnipots also still in this competition. Egér opts for a very outside approach here. A little bit similar to that idea from Pack, because Pack opted for that inside approach. So interesting to see that. And as you can see, it's not even as slow as I have thought it would be. So all the players clear that speed check. Then we have right now a very, very close fight. Egér again with a very outside line, but has a lot of speed, so we'll overtake Serbi and Shelly again, but he goes super far outside, so very alternative lines there from the Hungarian player. Romanian, I mean. Hungarian, sorry. Of course, Hungarian. Now we have the fight here for that first place between Serbi and Egér. So Egér with a very good section, goes super close there, but he's right now on P1, so let's... follow Serbi here for that battle, for that first place. Serbi with a little bit more speed, but it's Egér having the upper hand. But who has more speed in the ending? It is actually Serbi, but it's not enough as it seems. So Egér will clock in the first place with the 105.46. Great round. Then we have Symbiose in third, and Shelly had to take that safe finish and has made a mistake. So Serbi with 6 points that are well needed for him, and Egér is extending his lead to already 10 points. So great performance there from Egér so far. Going to the second round on Crompots. We have Shelly only with 20 points. So not a good start for him. Maybe he can make something happen here, but he has really tough nuts to crack here in this. Oh, but with a mistake in this loser bracket round 5. So Shelly will most likely not have a saying here unless someone is making a mistake. Let's see if he can clear that speed check. Yes, he can. But he is 0.4 of a second behind, so not looking good for him. Let's follow Symbiose here, but no, he's too far ahead. So let's see what Serbi is doing. Serbi now with a good no jump here. Symbiose got it really good, but let's see who gets the most spelly. But off that freewheel sections, actually Serbi with a mistake, so it's between Egér and Symbiose for that 10 points here. Symbiose with a good lead of 0.2 of a second, so looking good for the Frenchman. But also Egér can have a saying here in the ending. Oh, goes super close, but Symbiose is extending his lead to 0.33 of a second. So great round there from him. And well needed 10 points to stay closer towards Egér with a 105.59. Has saved the ending a little bit. But still 10 points are good for him. 6 also good for Egér, as he's now passing the 50 points barrier and is halfway through the match. Then we have Serbi with 27 points, finding himself 19 points behind Symbiose. So this is bad news for him. But maybe those first two maps didn't suit him too well. Next round we go. Every player has cleared the start. Looking good so far. Serbi and Symbiose actually with a good line there. But I thought for a minute that Serbi had more speed, but Symbiose had the better start. But Serbi comes back strong with a good amount of speed, but also Egér. So this is a 3-man fight. Shelly dropped down yet again. Unfortunate news for him. Oh, Egér with a lot of speed in this section, so he will go up to first place, but this is impossible to call. This is all from the speed outcome from the freewheel section, who will go up to the temporarily first place. Egér with a very good approach, but so had it Symbiose. Oh, Serbi is also in the mix, but finds himself a little bit further behind, 0.16 of a second. But this is between Symbiose and Egér here for that first place. Egér with a better jump. Symbiose also got it pretty good. So all in this ending. Egér with a good section. Serbi as well, but Serbi not with a lot of outcome speed. So it's Symbiose still in first. All in this last drift. Egér with an inside approach. And Egér will overtake Symbiose maybe in the end. No, it's not enough. But what a great round here between all the players. Symbiose again in first. Egér in second. And then Serbi with the 105.75 in third place. Holy moly. What a great round. So Serbi is losing it with a good 105 time. So you can see the level of this loser bracket here. So this is just mental. Shelly is losing it a bit, unfortunately. Serbi is still holding strong, dropping 105 times. And hopefully Shelly will make something happen in this round, because it's the 4th round on Crom Pots already. Shelly with a good start, though not making a mistake. Opts for that outside approach, as well as Serbi. Symbiose and Egér decide to go inside there. And it is actually Shelly who's right now in first place, as well as Egér, 17,000 ahead of him. But of course, in tech, it's impossible to call that, because so many things are happening. Egér right now in last place, 0.1 of a second behind, but accumulates a lot of speed. So right now it's Serbi who's in last place. Symbiose, Shelly, and Egér is your top 3. Symbiose with a good angle here, as well as Egér. So Egér with more speed in this section, but Symbiose got this also good. Egér came in touch there, so he had to readjust his line. So it's between Symbiose and Shelly in this ending. Shelly with a good air brake, so he has more speed than Symbiose here, but it is all in this ending. Symbiose, Shelly, who will take it? SRS, but it's both with a mistake! Are you kidding me? Serbi will win it! And oh no! What happened? Wait a minute, I have to investigate. So both came in touch with this inflatable palm tree, right? Is that true? Because it looked that Shelly was way much more to the left, to the right there, and not to the left. Most pathetic match I've played so far. So Shelly, yet again, losing some points there, but he is in first place, so he's not giving up. Egér, of course, and Serbi are now in the mix, so Serbi has now 41 points. Well needed 10 points for him. Shelly with a good start here, but Serbi got a little bit of a better no jump in this section, so Serbi right now up to P1, and then it is Shelly dropping down because he didn't have the best speed out of that freewheel section. So we have a fight here between Serbi and Symbiose, S and S. Who's gonna take it? Egér also in the mix with a good amount of speed, but Shelly is too far behind to have a saying. So it's Serbi with a little bit more speed in this section, so Serbi has the upper end. Also, Symbiose gets overtaken by Egér because Egér has a little bit of a better approach and better speed. So it's Serbi in first, Egér in second, and then we have Symbiose in third with a 105.58 in last, in third place. What a round. So Serbi with a great comeback, winning the last 2 rounds, and this will put him up to 51 points. Great performance from the Danish player. But it's so unlucky. You hate to see that, what happens to Shelly here, because he's certainly not playing bad, but he is just very, very unlucky. So hopefully Shelly can make something happen, because he's one of the fastest players out there. So hopefully he will make it. Or he will try it. But he has the, I think he has the mentality to try. So we have Rise Up now by MD Point. The daddy is a 103.60 by Carl Jr. And the fastest time that we've seen yesterday was by Tween with a 76.2. So also very, very good time. Can be a little bit hard with all those jump drifts and transitional based stuff here. But maybe this map suits some of the players, or Shelly better, because Shelly is right now the player who's super far behind. Serbi has almost double the points than Shelly. So Serbi looking strong. Got a really good last couple of rounds there. So this is looking good for him. That's because he came closer and closer towards Symbiose. And also Egér, because Egér only, I think he got 1 first place, and then also only 2nd and 3rd places in this prior match and the prior map. So let's see what they will do. Let's see what Shelly in particular will do. And of course this ending is very, very difficult, and this part here beforehand as well. We have to clear a drop on a platform part. And let's go with the first round on Rise Up by MD Point. Let's follow Shelly for that first round. The Jeanette player. It is actually Egér who has made the first mistake, finds himself 0.8 behind. So he is out of the race for the first place. Serbi with a good line, as well as Symbiose and Shelly. So all the players are in the mix. Shelly with a little bit more speed compared to what both of the players, but Serbi with a very, very good line, as well as Symbiose. So they have a little bit more speed. but it's impossible to call 800 of a second. Serbi almost came in touch there. Had a little bit of a drift because he had some time, a little bit of air time. So let's see who has a little bit more speed here. It's not Serbi, or neither Serbi nor Shelly. So it is all in this ending section. Oh, it is actually Shelly overtaking Serbi in this section, and we have Symbiose just behind. Finding himself 0.1 of a second behind, but it's all in the ending. Symbiose with more speed. Who will take that first place? And it's Shelly, Serbi or Symbiose. It is Shelly with a well-needed 10-pointer. Serbi as well. What a great round there in the ending. Great comeback there from Symbiose, but it wasn't quite enough. And it's so confusing because, or so tongue-twisting. Shelly, Serbi, Symbiose. This is like creeper face in the chat. This is really, really hard to pronounce. But nonetheless, it is Shelly granting himself a well-needed 10-pointer here. And this will put him up to 36 points. Also Serbi with a 6-pointer here. And then we had Symbiose, of course, only granting himself 4 points. Egér has made the mistake, so he's still in the lead. But Symbiose came 1 point closer. So the winners were Serbi and Shelly of this round. And this time around, it is actually Shelly making a mistake. So he won't have a saying here. After that great first round, it is Egér and Symbiose. So P1 and P2 still holding strong here. And they want to show why they are P1 and P2 at the moment. Or they want to go into the next round. So it is a battle here between Egér and Symbiose. Egér with a very, very good line. Look at that. So he will extend his lead. Actually accumulates more speed. But it is Symbiose coming back strong. And Egér actually making that mistake. So this was a very unnecessary mistake. Oh, so he will drop down to P3. Serbi has actually overtaken him, and Symbiose will get a 10-pointer with a 104.25. Unfortunate stuff there for Egér, and Serbi is coming closer towards Egér, and 6 points are well needed for him. Damn it. Shelly up to 39 points, but he needs more than that. He needs more than 39 points. But he's just not, has just not arrived in the match yet. But the match could be over once he had arrived. And actually Shelly with the DNF. And this is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. You hate to see that. So unfortunate stuff for him. Symbiose also with the DNF. What is happening? So we have Serbi and Egér who are fighting it out now. So who will grant himself a 10 or a 6-pointer? This is between both of the players. So a lot of DNFs are coming in this matches here. I've not seen those DNFs in total. So what is happening? Really, really interesting match here. So Serbi and Egér are really fighting it out. But what a close round here. 600s between both of the players. Egér with a mistake, and he will save it. If it was Egér, just save it. You have 6 points safe in your pocket. So Serbi with the freest 10-pointer of his life probably. And Serbi will most likely go for the safe finish if he is a smart guy. No, he will actually go for the risk, but clears it very good with a 104.28. Also Egér went for that risky finish. And yeah, only 2 players have finished this round. And yeah, this is getting interesting now because Symbiose, after that good prior round, he is now getting attacked by Serbi. Only 1 point between Symbiose and Serbi. And then we have Egér still in the lead with 83 points. So he's really capitalizing from this mistakes there from the players. Because Egér handled it the best at the moment. So this time around, no player has made a mistake. Serbi with a good line here, as well as Egér and Symbiose. Shelly a little bit further behind, but still in the mix, 0.15 of a second. Egér opts for a very outside approach, so therefore he's a lot of speed. So this S pronunciation. Serbi, Shelly in the lead. No, Serbi and Symbiose are in the lead, and then we have Shelly in P4. Egér with a good line here as well. So it will be Symbiose in the lead. Serbi coming back strong. Also Egér with a good line, but had to readjust it a little bit, but comes closer because Serbi went a little bit too far inside. So Symbiose and Egér, you P1 and P2 at the moment. Symbiose with a lead of 0.2 of a second, but make it 0.1 now because Egér comes back with a strong line. The end is remaining, and Symbiose will take that first place with a 104.11. Egér in second, only 0.1 behind, and then we have Serbi also with a good time. So great round here, but Shelly with a very, very good time, but also only in last place. So unfortunate stuff for him. But of course, this is top 32 material here, and you expect to have those players here in the most stacked tech tournament ever. For me, at least. I mean, I make something out what tech tournament was more stacked. We have almost every world champion playing, and this is just very, very intense. So 89 points for Egér, Symbiose at 84, then we have Serbi at 77, and Shelly, unfortunately, only at 42 points. Oh, and another mistake for Shelly, so this is not looking good for him, for the Jeanette player. He will lose grip more and more, and players will come into finalist mode. Will almost be in finalist mode. So, Symbiose and Serbi. Oh, actually in P1 and 2, but Symbiose with a mistake, so it's Serbi in first place. So this will be certainly very good for him, because he will come closer towards Symbiose in this part. Egér will certainly also be very happy about granting himself 10 points, but maybe he can deny some points towards Serbi. Egér with a good ending. Who will take it? Serbi with a little bit more speed, but Egér goes super far low, and it will be Egér actually granting himself 10 points. 15,000 of a second ahead of Serbi here in the ending. Symbiose finishing in P3, and Shelly unfortunately deleting. So Egér with the slap in the face, 99 points for him. And we have Symbiose with 88 points behind, and Serbi not too far behind with 83 points. So nothing set in stone here, of course. Egér 1 round away of him granting himself the final stages, and then he needs to win one more round to proceed into the next round. And now we have Weird Flags by Thompson. Also a very, very cool map. Yeah, how to describe it? It is... you just have to hold your speed over this mid section, and you have yeah, a rather speedy part here in this mid section, also in this ending. I'll show you real quick. As you can see here, you have a really cool transition here, and then you're really fast here in this part, and it is a little bit speed techy. And also this part, which is Serbi and Egér, which are Serbi and Egér approaching right now, it is really hard to get, because this entrance to the next drift is really hard to do as well. And of course, avoid the freewheel here. And yeah, Symbiose with a mistake. Serbi is the only player who has survived the warm-up without any mistake. And yeah, who will accompany Miquatro and Soja in match in the next round 6 of the loser bracket? And who will accompany Spam and Mathix in round 6? So the first player will face against Soldier and Miquatro, and the second player will face Mathix and Spam. So not sure what's easier. Both of the brackets are really, really hard to do. But let's go into the first round here on Weird Flags. It is Symbiose with a very, very good start. Look at that. So he wants to clock in some 10 points here and deny some points to Serbi. But also Shelly with a good section here. But Shelly with a mistake. And this is not looking good. Shelly was actually in second place, because it was Serbi and Egér both making a mistake. And Shelly with a DNF. So he is out of this competition. But still a good performance by him. He was just very unlucky in this whole match. But he lost it a bit in some rounds. But still, you hate to see something like this. Serbi, I thought from him that he has touched. I'm not sure. But he has cleared the jump, so this is good, and he's still in second place. So we have Egér granting himself the final status now, as he is at 99 points. Then we have Serbi, who could grant himself 89 points in the next round, because he has granted himself 89 points because he has granted himself 6 points here. Egér in finalist, Symbiose at 98, Serbi at 89. So Symbiose 1 finish away, and then Egér is now into finalist mode. So let's see if the Hungarian can use his first attempt, or if he is not using it. So Serbi and Symbiose with a good start. Also Shelly's in the mix. Egér is off to a good start, but a little bit further behind, but still comes back strong. So Shelly right now in the lead, so maybe he wants to have a saying here in this round. As we see, Egér goes up in the lead because he has an inside line, but not a lot of speed. So Shelly right now in the lead. Great performance from the Jeanette player in this part. So he is right now... Oh, this is impossible to call. Shelly again with a good amount of speed, but he's risking so much, as you can see. We went super close there to that right... barrier there. So Shelly's still in first, and Egér has to risk it. He must risk it if he wants to take this now. Symbiose with a good speed outcome there. You've seen he has taken some speed from that half-pipe block, but Shelly's still in first, and Egér comes closer towards Symbiose here. Symbiose still in second place, and Shelly will grant himself a 10-pointer if he's clearing that ending. Yes, he will, and Egér with a 103.95 in last place. So what a great round here. Oh man, so what a great round, but what a risk there from Shelly. So he's up to 52 points, so maybe you can make something happen. We will see. So I forgot to mention the world record here is a 103.30 by Carl Jr. and the best time was set by Pack yesterday with a 103.56. So again, Pack with a very close, very good time here, of course. And now we have a double final situation. It's Symbiose versus Egér. It is France versus Hungary. So let's see who will take it. It is actually Egér, not with a good start. And we see Symbiose right now in the lead, so he could use his... Yeah, what am I saying? I don't know. All good. So Symbiose now up in the lead. He could use his first finalist attempt, and this is looking good for him. Oh, Symbiose still in the lead. Shelly a little bit behind, so Shelly can risk it here. Shelly could deny him. Shelly with a little bit more speed, but Symbiose with a very good line. Actually, Serbi has made that mistake, so he will not move up to finalist mode. It is actually... Wait. Symbiose making it. Egér not making it because he was in last. Serbi up to 96 points, so Symbiose is through. And now we have a battle between Egér and Serbi here in this part of the map. Or on the fourth round here. So let's see. Serbi against Egér. Serbi one finish away. And then we have Shelly with 58 points sitting in dead last. But he can make something happen as well. So Egér with a very good start here as well. Serbi. Oh, Serbi is dead. And Shelly has to deny Egér here the seed into the loser bracket round 6. And it's Shelly with a mistake. So Egér looks strong here to grant himself a ticket unless he will make a mistake or something like that, because Serbi is only 0.3 of a second behind. So can Serbi make something happen? No, he has made an additional mistake. So Egér will move up into the loser bracket round 6 if he will surpass this, if he will pass this ending. Oh, he came in touch with a freewheel, but maybe he's just saving it. He could actually go for that safe finish, if I remember correctly, because the safe finish is 1 second slow. Oh, he has to risk it, actually. Because if he goes for the safe finish, Serbi could overtake him. So Egér is making it, and Egér is through. So there you have it. Symbiose, Egér are through. Serbi, unfortunately, out. Shelly with a very, weak performance. Not weak, but unlucky performance, to say it like that. And we have Symbiose and Egér, who are through. Serbi, unfortunately, out. And then we have Shelly out as well. GG. Let's check